Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is Carmine Sabia for Explain America. And how does a campaign raise billions of dollars, not win, and wind up in debt? Looks like we're about to find out. Before we get started, please make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Those little things really help us out, and they help our channel continue to grow. And if you're not watching us on YouTube, please visit that address in the lower right-hand corner. It's youtube.com/@explainamerica. And when you get there, please hit subscribe, absolutely free. It really helps us out. How does a campaign do this? How do you raise billions and billions of dollars, wind up in debt to a guy, or your opponent is a guy who spent, I don't know, billions less than you did, less than a billion, less than a half a billion, won the election, and had a surplus of money left over? How does that happen? And how do people on your staff who didn't have anything before now are suddenly millionaires? How does that happen? Where's that money going? Where did it go? Well, surprisingly enough, it's not a Republican, but a Democrat who is calling for an audit into the Kamala Harris campaign, and rightfully so. Look, previous candidates for the Democrats have had to start at a disadvantage because Democrat campaigns before them spent so much money that the DNC had to take a whole bunch of time and pay it back. And so their candidates started in the hole against their opponent, and a lot of times they lost. So if you're the Democrats, you want to put a stop to this. Why are people becoming overnight millionaires? How is that happening? What are they providing? Clearly, did they provide millions of dollars worth of service? You lost. You lost. And the celebrities you paid off to endorse you, and you still lost. So what was it all for? What happened to that money? Well, again, a leading Democrat wants to know. Somebody who is deep in the DNC. So I want you to listen to this. And then let me know what you think in the comments.
And no one answered any questions about why millions of dollars were spent on star-studded concerts, celebrities. $2.5 million went to Oprah's production company. Oprah very well could have made an in-kind contribution and cover the production costs and her employee's salary herself, but she decided to take payment from the campaign instead. And also, we learned recently that $500,000 was given to Al Sharpton just shortly before he interviewed Kamala Harris. So there's a lot of conflict of interest here, and we need a careful accounting and probably more granular than the FEC report would offer. So somebody needs to carefully explain why they decided to, for example, spend $900,000 on this sphere. Because if we don't do that, how are voters and donors ever going to trust the Democratic Party again?
Do you think, on the flip side, a little over 100 days to mount a campaign was a near impossible task? Would there have been criticism if the Harris campaign did not leave everything on the table to spend every single dollar they have and then some? Isn't it common for campaigns to end in debt?
Well, when Obama ended in debt in 2012, it left the DNC in a terrible position because we had to climb out of debt. And that took a while. And that definitely, even Hillary Clinton cited the 2012 Obama debt as the reason why she lost, because initially her campaign was at a disadvantage. And also, there is no reason why consultants became overnight millionaires through the campaign. There's no justification for that. You know, these are everyday Americans, hardworking Americans, a lot of whom just gave $10 to $15. And that was all they could do. They poured their hearts into the campaign. They deserve answers as to why these people became millionaires, multimillionaires. Just bear in mind that all the advertising costs, hundreds of millions of dollars, went to just four well-connected firms. That's it. You know, the whole thing was very incestuous. Friends took care of friends, but it's not about that. That campaign was supposed to be spent on battleground states, making the economic case to Americans, explaining bread and butter issues, explaining how she would bring inflation down, not on lining the pockets of well-connected Democrats.